chapters today. It is Job 29 through 33. I'm watching a conversation between Elihu. Now Elihu, who's probably the one who penned the book of Job. You would see that in the writings where he's using his first person pronoun, if you will. He says, and then I. But nonetheless, Elihu, that fourth friend that had been lingering in the wings. Oftentimes, some may say that he had a little bit more of a spiritual approach than his friends. But if you read his statements again, though oftentimes what he is saying is true, some of it is just spot on truth. It's just misapplied, as again he's trying to name the name of why what is with Job when it's going to be God. God is reserving what he wants to make known to Job, and he's reserving that because he's got a purpose behind that. Up to this point, in fact, I'm glancing down in chapter 33 right now, where Elihu makes the statement about God, saying, "For he giveth not account of any of his matters." And before we finish the book of Job, you're going to find out that God does. But up to this point, he had not. And that was Job's greatest test. Can I say that probably Job's greatest test here would probably be, or can I say maybe currently right now for you is your greatest test? We see the fruit of the problem. We see the sufferings and the pain that sometimes goes with the situation that maybe you're facing. And maybe since we've been going through the 1 minute, and we've been going through this book of Job together over the last week, and we'll go through it, I think, this week till Thursday. Right now, the things you're going through, the things you're facing, you're finding verse after verse and chapter after chapter how you are relating with Job. And I do want to say that Job's greatest test wasn't the suffering, and it wasn't the pain. And I know that is easy for me to say, considering these things that came on his health and came on his wealth and all of that. I know what he lost. I read it. But listen, if you keep seeing, Job's not talking about what he lost. Job's not talking about what he no longer has. Job's constantly focusing on, why is this happening? And so again, it is what I'm saying, that Job's greatest test was not the pain and suffering, but that he did not know why it happened. And y'all, our greatest test may be that we've got to trust God's goodness, even though we don't understand why certain things are happening in our lives. That statement that I began this 1 minute with, that I've yet to finish the sentence about, was I remember, and I forget who it was that said it. I think I have it written down early somewhere in my Bible. But here was the statement: trust God's promises. Don't wait on his explanations. Listen, God doesn't owe us an explanation, but he, by his grace, gives us many a promise for us to cling to when we don't have one. And so, as you put your mind on Christ in the things of which you are facing, Philippians chapter 4, think on these things, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely. That's Philippians chapter 4, 8 and 9. That's how we do not be careful or worry about anything. Put your mind on those things. Think on those things. And there's a peace that passes all understanding that God promises us. But I'll tell you this, one of the things you'll find that will equate to all of those things is the Lord himself. Spend time in the Christ Revealed in the onebaptist.org/devotional today, and see if you don't get ministered to your heart, with your mind being on him and his promises, not you and your problems.